All right, I just wanted to go over now a little bit about what functions look like, kind of what you'll be expecting to see when we start graphing. And also I need to talk about the domain and range of a function, right? So I'm not going to get too deep into it because we'll see it a lot. You won't understand it until we get into graphing. But functions, there's lots of different kinds of functions, and they can, so we're going to be working with lines. So this is a linear function, right? And it could be like, it doesn't have to be going up, it can be like that too, right? These are quadratic ones. Oops, sorry. Quadratic, these are all functions. Sorry, that's supposed to be straight, like a V. This is an absolute value one. You might get an exponential graph. Or you might get something, this is represents like a square root graph. Okay, so these are all examples of functions, what they kind of look like. The way you can tell if it's a function is if it passes what we call the vertical line test. So if you see any kind of graph, these would typically be on like actual, graphs, and then there's a line on top of the graph. And then you can do the vertical line test to see if it checks off and is a function. So it would just be like, if I draw a vertical line anywhere on this, does it only cross through once? So it's only pass function once. Okay, so I did it 3 times here. It might actually be better if I, instead of doing solid, oops, no, darn, I went too far. And we can do it again here, so maybe I'll check. Yeah, it only passes through right there, right there, right? So it only passes through this function once. Over here it only passes through once, right? Over here, you can, instead of drawing it, it's better to just like actually use a piece of paper and just move it across. Does it only pass through once? Right, so examples of things that are not functions would be something like this, right? Because then if I draw a line through it, do the vertical line test, look, it passes through my function twice. 2 times, so therefore it is not a function. Something like this. Again, right, fails the vertical line test. You may get really squiggly things. This one definitely fails. It passes through 3 times. Okay, so that's one way if you're looking at a graph, if you're looking at any kind of like data representation, how you can tell if it's a function or not.